Hello and welcome back to this channel. This is Professor Rajesh Barapate, a book author of 25 plus engineering books. Dear students, today's topic is mesh or loop analysis. It is also called as KVL. That means Kirchhoff's voltage law. The statement is algebraic summation of voltage across all elements in a closed loop is equals to 0. Let us solve few numericals so that this statement will be more clear to you. We need to follow only two rules for solving the numericals. If we are moving from negative to positive, consider it as voltage rise, that means consider it as positive. If we are moving from positive to negative, consider it as voltage drop, that means consider the negative sign. We'll discuss it while solving the numericals. Now, the question is find current through 6 ohm using KVL in this network. This network contains 20 volt, this is the voltage source, 5 ohm, 6 ohm and 10 ohm, these are resistors, and the last voltage source is 15 volt. Okay. First step is we need to identify how many loops or mesh are there in the given network. To understand the concept, I will mark some notations, say A, B, C, D, E, F. What is the mesh or loop? Suppose I will start tracing the circuit from point A and I will move like this: A to B, B to E, E to F and F to A. That means again I am reaching to the starting point. This is called as one loop. This. Suppose I will start moving from B, point B, then B to C, C to D, D to E and E to B is second loop. If you want, we can well consider one more loop like this: A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F and F to A. This is again one more loop. So what we discussed, loop or mesh is a closed path. That means starting point should be equals to the ending point after tracing through the entire path. Now next part is, as I said, there are 3 loops, but for solving the numericals, maximum times you need to consider only 2 loops, that is this one loop, first loop and second loop. Next step is how to mark, how to decide the direction of currents through each loop. Listen, in case of first loop, I will mark this current as I1 and direction I have considered it in clockwise direction. Similarly, for second loop, I will mark this as current I2, which is again in clockwise direction. The question arises, why clockwise? Why not anti-clockwise? See, there are no technical rules as such. You can assume the directions as per your wish. But if you follow this method, numerical will be more simple and it will avoid your confusion. So throughout the KVL, I am following this method. Assign the directions which is in clockwise. So for I1, I have considered this direction. For I2, I have considered this direction. So I1 and I2, these 2 loop currents which are in clockwise direction. Next part is, I have to mark the polarities across each element in the circuit. What are the elements? In the first loop, I am talking about the loop A, B, E, F, A. In the first element, in the first loop, elements are 20 volt, 5 ohm and 6 ohm resistor. So, I need to follow these 2 rules. How to assign the polarities. Do remember the basic point. If I have one resistor like this, and if current is moving from left hand side to right hand side, then mark plus sign at the left hand side, minus sign at the right hand side. This is the basic thing. So in case of 5 ohm, now you need to strictly follow the loop currents, direction of loop currents. For 5 ohm, the loop current is moving like this, like this. So here I will mark plus and minus sign. What I said, in case of resistor, if current is moving from left to right, plus sign is at left, minus sign is at right. So I have marked plus minus sign. Similarly, for 6 ohm resistance, again look at the direction of I1. Through 6 ohm, I1 passes like this. So I will mark plus minus sign. There is no element in this branch, that is E to F, so I am not writing anything, I am not marking any polarities. For 20 volts, see, we are moving in the direction of loop current. Once you will mark the direction of loop currents, then strictly follow those directions. So for 20 ohm, current is moving like this. Already, this is a 20 volt, which is a voltage source. Recall the basics. The longer terminal of voltage source indicates positive, shorter terminal indicates negative. So no need to consider the direction of loop current. Directly you can mark the polarities plus minus. Next part. After marking the polarities, I need to write the value of voltage drop across each element. How to do it? Consider the same thing. If I have a resistor R through which current I is flowing, then according to Ohm's law, equation of voltage is V is equals to I into R. V is equals to I into R. I need to follow this equation for each element in the given loop. So for 5 ohm, I already marked the polarities plus to minus. For 5 ohm, current is I1. So voltage drop for 5 ohm is 5 into I1 or I1 into 5, whatever it is. But we need to follow these rules. Only 2 rules you need to remember to solve the numericals. I already marked the polarities. If we are moving from plus to minus, consider negative sign. So for 5 ohm, I will write the value as minus 5I1. I hope this concept is clear to you. What I did first, I am moving from plus to minus. I have checked the rule plus to minus. Give minus sign, so I have written minus. I need to write equation of voltage. How to do it? Basic formula is V is IR. Current flowing through 5 ohm is I1. Value of resistance is 5, so it is minus 5I1. Now, for 6 ohm, listen it carefully. This is somewhat different. For 6 ohm, I will draw the separate diagram for this. This is the resistance of 6 ohm. For 6 ohm, both the loop currents are flowing I1 as well as I2. So for 6 ohm, I1 is flowing like this in the downward direction and I2 is flowing in the upward direction. Once again, for 6 ohm, both the loop currents are flowing, that is I1 and I2. Through 6 ohm, I1 is flowing in downward direction, whereas I2 is flowing in upward direction. Since both are in opposite direction, I need to write this value as I1 minus I2 because they are in opposite direction. Question arises, why not I2 minus I1? I will tell you a simple trick. If you are writing values for loop 1, give priority to loop current 1. So loop current 1 is I1. So I will write this equation as I1 minus I2. This will be the current flowing through 6 ohm because I am writing equations for loop 1. So for 6 ohm, I will mark the voltage right as, now again refer the rule plus to minus. I have already marked the polarities plus to minus. That means I need to assign minus sign. So I will write minus, value of resistance is 6 and current flowing through this is I1 minus I2. 6 I1 minus I2. See, dear students, be habituated of writing all the things in the diagram itself, so later on calculations will be pretty easy. Now, we are talking about loop 1. I have moved from A to B, then B to E. E to F, there is no element, so I don't have to write anything. F to A, there is voltage source of 20 volts. I am following again same direction of I1. So I am moving from minus to plus. Minus to plus is plus sign. So for this, I will write its value as plus 20 volt. Since it is already voltage, I don't have to make use of V is equals to I into R because this 20 volt is already a voltage source. These are the values for loop 1. Now, same analogy we will be using for loop 2. Loop 2 is B, C, D, E, B. Now, if we are moving from B to C, look at the direction of loop current I2. For B to C, loop current I2 is like this. So I will mark here plus sign and minus sign. Next, for 15 volt, this is a longer terminal which indicates plus sign, shorter terminal indicates minus sign. through 6 ohm. Again, do remember 6 ohm is common for loop 1 as well as loop 2. So through 6 ohm, both the currents I1 and I2 are flowing. I'm talking only about I2, then I2 through 6 ohm is moving in upward direction. So I will mark the polarities plus minus. Don't get confused. In the first loop, I have marked here plus minus. Now I am in the second loop. So I need to consider the direction of I2. Accordingly, I need to mark the polarity. So I2 is flowing in upward direction. So I have written plus minus. Next part, like loop 1, I need to write the values in the diagram itself, values of voltage drop. For 10 ohm, I am moving from plus to minus. So plus to minus, give minus sign. Value of resistance is 10, current is I2. So its voltage drop is minus 10 I2. For 15 volt, 15 volt is voltage source itself. You don't have to make use of this equation V is equals to IR. But follow the rules. We are moving from plus to minus, plus to minus. So give negative sign. That is this value, I will write it as minus 15. It is value of voltage itself. So I don't have to make use of this rule V is equals to IR. D to E, there is no element. Come back to point B. That means E to B. There is a resistance of 6 ohm. So again I need to refer this diagram. This is the 6 ohm resistor. I am in loop 2 where I2 is the primary current. I2 is the main current. And I2 is moving in upward direction whereas I1 is moving in downward direction. So for loop 2, I need to write it as I2 minus I1. So for loop 2, current flowing through 6 ohm is I2 minus I1. So this voltage drop I will write over here as minus sign. Why minus sign? Because I am moving from plus to minus. Minus 6 value of resistance. Then current is I2 minus I1. Once you will mark all the things in the diagram, remaining calculations are pretty simple. You just have to write the equations and you have to solve the equations. Next part is, I need to write the loop equations referring this diagram. So I have two loops for first loop, that is loop 1. Loop 1 is, if you want you can write it in bracket, which is A, B, E, F, A. This point is E, E, F, A. This is loop 1. Start from any point. I will start from point A and after tracing this entire loop, I will come back to the same point. You don't have to now memorize all the things. Whatever values you have written in the square bracket, just go on writing those values. So minus 5I1, minus 6I1 minus I2, plus 20. Do remember, this is plus 20 is equals to 0. I just have to write the values which I have written earlier in the square bracket. Then we'll simplify this equation. It becomes minus 5I1 minus 6I1 plus this minus minus become plus 6I2 plus 20 is equals to 0. So it becomes minus 11I1 plus 6I2 is equals to minus 20. Keep in mind, while writing any equation, the constant term must be at the RHS. So I have transferred this 20 at the RHS, so it becomes minus 20. This is equation number 1 for loop 1. Same way, I need to write equation for loop 2. So for loop 2, which is this loop, this is B, C, D, E, B. Again refer the diagram, B, C, D, E, B. What I said, after writing the things in the diagram, now don't follow any rules. You just have to go on writing the values which we have written in the square bracket. So start writing the values directly. Minus 10 I2, then minus 15, minus 6 I2 minus I1 is equals to 0. Simplify this equation. It is minus 10 I2 minus 15 minus 6 I2 plus 6 I1 is equals to 0. Do remember the basic things. Order should be, while writing the equation, order should be I1, I2 and then constant at the RHS. So first I will write the value of I1, that is 6 I1. I will combine these two terms of I2 minus 16 I2 is equals to plus 15. What I did, I have transferred this 15 at the RHS. So 6I1 minus 16 I2 is equals to 15. Say equation number 2. Next part, what I did, I have just developed equations 1 and 2. You need to solve these two equations 1 and 2 on the calculator. If you don't know how to do this calculation, this is the calculation of simultaneous equation. I already created one video on how to do the calculation of simultaneous equations on the calculator. I will provide the link in the description box. Go through it, watch that video, then you will come to know how to solve these equations. It's very easy. So after solving these equations, you will get values of I1 and I2. After solving the equations, equation 1 and 2, you will get the answers. I1 is equals to 1.6428. This is the current, so I will write it, its unit as amperes. Second value I2 minus 0.3214 amperes. Now in the question what is asked, calculate the current passing through 6 ohm. Through 6 ohm, in loop 1, we have already discussed, I will repeat it once again, through 6 ohm, if we were talking about loop 1, the current flowing was I1 and I2. That's what we discussed. But for loop 2, we consider current flowing through 6 ohm is I2 minus I1. In the question it is asked, calculate the current flowing through 6 ohm. Now the thing is that, do I need to consider I1 minus I2 or I2 minus I1? I will tell you one more simple trick. Look at the calculated values of I1 and I2. I1 is 1.6418 plus and another I2 is minus value. So always give priority to the maximum value, that is I1. So I will consider the equation for current passing through 6 ohm as I1 minus I2, as I1 is larger than I2. So final answer is I1 minus I2 is this value. This I1 minus 0.3214. Do remember, you are subtracting this value from the earlier value. So minus of minus become plus. So it is actually 1.6428 plus 0.3214. So it is 1.9642 amperes. For more accuracy, you can mark the current in the bracket like this, which shows downward direction, because I have considered this, and in this equation and in this equation I1 was flowing in downward direction. So answer is 1.9642 amperes in the downward directions. Dear students, I hope you might have understood this procedure. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to smash the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe the channel to get the updates of new videos. Thank you very much.